Hello comic book junkies, it's the Frog Queen here, and today I'm coming at you with another comic book review. Today I'm talking about one of my top 3 manga artists and storytellers of all time, the king of body gore, Junji Ito. VIZ Media has been gracious enough to send us North American fans a new collected edition of terrorizing Junji stories. I wasn't sure what stories were all going to be included in this book, but I knew I likely read most of them in fan-sub scans years ago, but I assumed I likely didn't have any in print, and I was wrong. I actually had one story in print. This anthology includes one Tomy short, so if you have the collected Tomy edition Viz put out last year, then you've read this story before. Unless you didn't read the book and it's still sitting in your read pile. But regardless, the story fits in well with the other stories, which focus on different types of art. And what do I mean by that? Well, Junji's stories in this book focus mainly on the arts, specifically music, photography, carving, dancing, puppeteering, photography. Oh, I said that twice. Painting, cooking, and finally, dreaming. While dreaming isn't really an art, I guess it kind of fits because that's where I believe much of art comes from. So that's my connection there. I don't think I'm reaching that much. Junji gives the reader a glimpse into the sinister side of these cherished forms of expression. Of course, in his usual way, he expresses this dark side through the reactions of people, which include hysteria, insanity, delusion, and of course, my favorite, obsession. These are all common themes throughout Junji's stories. It's part of what first appealed to me. He reminds us time and again that even though monsters are scary, what's worse is thinking you're the only one who sees them, or even worse than that, that you're the only one who realizes that something is evil and everyone else submits to the horror gleefully. That's the real terror of Junji stories, the feeling that you're going insane or that you're the only sane person in an insane world. And I think we can all relate to that last one from time to time. And after reading this book, I think that the next time you put on a record, you might find yourself looking at it in a different light. And be careful, it might haunt you into obsession. On another side note, I absolutely love the Viz hardcover collections. They feel very luxurious, almost. The binding is really high quality. The paper is appropriately heavy. None of this cheap stuff. I do think it's worth the price attached, and I really hope they continue to put Ito's work out in this format. This book included one of the most cringe-inducing body gore stories I have ever read from Junji, and that's the story Grease. It takes pimple popping to an all-new level, and I actually kind of retch every time I read this story. I have a full article on it on my website that you can check out. It was written long ago, so you might find my writing style drastically different from today's articles. Go to thefrogqueen.com and search for Junji Ito in the filter. This book included 2 stories that I haven't previously read. One was called Used Record, about a girl who becomes obsessed with a haunting tune on an unlabeled record. She soon finds a legend attached to it. It's a great story, and the concept of a haunting record really struck a chord with me, because I'm pretty obsessed with my record player and my vinyl collection, and I doubt I'll find a haunted record, but hey, I kind of want to now. The other one I don't ever recall reading is called The Hanging Blimp, and this one is one that I like the least in the book. I really didn't get the terror in this particular story, and I feel like this was sort of a miss for Junji. It didn't include as much of the mass hysteria and paranoia because everyone was the target of the evil in this story, and it's still a really neat concept, but a miss nonetheless for me. So I think that does it for this review. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, check out my stories. I include pictures every day of art from new artists all over the globe that I admire, and you may discover your new favorite artists in my story, and it'll give you a great insight into the type of art that speaks to me. Also, please give this video a like and share it across social media. My goal for 2018 is to get above 1,000 subscribers, and I would absolutely adore you for helping me get there. If you haven't already, check out my top comic book series of 2017 video, and until next time, read something good.